Hello everyone, Linda Israel here. I'm going to show you how to make a junk journal page out of scrapbook paper and some text weight paper. So if you don't have the text weight paper, remember copy paper will work. You could spray it with Tattered Angels Glimmer Mists to change the color, use some ink pads on it, something like that. It's not necessary to have both of these pieces, but this is what I wanted to show you how to use a scrapbook paper. So the first thing is I've got a 12 by 12 scrapbook paper and I want to cut this down and also score it to be a smaller page. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this, and I know that I want it to be, it's going to be 11 inches wide, so I'm going to trim off. I'm trying to turn this so that I can have a piece, there we go, we'll do it this way, that doesn't have anything on the back in case I want to use it in another spot. So trimming this down, just trimming off 1 inch. So it makes this 11 inches across. And then I know from the top edge I want to score this at 8.5 inches because that's the size of my journal pages that I'm creating right now. So I'm just going to grab my stylus and I'm going to score at 8.5 inches. So that's going to be the first part of my journal page, and I need to cover this up because it's kind of ugly, and I could have cut it a different way, but I wanted to kind of show you how to cover up those types of things. This page I know I'm going to use later on, but I'm going to go ahead and cut off about 2 inches for another page that I plan to make so that I have these two pieces. Next, I'm going to lay both pieces, and I could have cut it after I sprayed it, but I decided that since I already had the paper cutter out, why rearrange again? And I'm going to use one of the stencils from the April Stencil Club program. That's the Artistic Stencil Club. You can see the description to get a link to this. Then I've got some Tattered Angels Glimmer Mists, and this is called True Turquoise. And I went with a turquoise because I just wanted a little bit of a darker turquoise pattern on this paper. So this is a great way to kind of make those papers unique. So I'm just going to go in here and spritz this. And it's really subtle and you can hardly see it right now, but when I remove the stencil, you'll see it a little better. Then I'm just taking a piece of copy paper and laying that on top to mop up that excess spray. So basically, when you spray once, you can get two things out of it. And I'm going to go ahead and spray the backside just a little bit so it has some sparkle on it in case I want to use this as a journal page. And I'm going to set this aside. Isn't that gorgeous? And then I'm going to pull out the pieces here. And this one I'm going to set aside because I have another plan for that, for another page. And this one I'm going to take and heat with my heat tool to get it dry. I just love the subtle pattern that's made on this page. It may be hard to see on camera, but it's just pretty, it kind of shimmers, and you can still write on the top of this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this around so I can see it a little better. I'm going to line these up at the top and adhere this piece to the scrapbook paper. So just taking a line of bead all the way around and kind of a little zigzag down the middle. And then we're going to place this, matching it up at the top. I found to get the best adhesive out of your project is to use a bone folder to kind of smooth towards the edges, and that'll push that glue out to the edge. And if you have glue squeezing out, you use too much glue. And sometimes I use a little too much. It doesn't need a lot. But if you do this technique, it'll make sure that those two are adhered together. Okay, those are adhered together. So now, let's go ahead and make this into a pocket on the bottom. So I'm just going to put some adhesive right here and here. And I'm just using Aleene's tacky glue. I like using it because it's inexpensive. But if you want to use your tape, or if you have another brand of glue that you prefer, go ahead. I've got some washi tape here. I think just because it's a glittery gold color, I want to use it on this page. So I'm going to go right across where the pocket is. I'm lining it up with that edge. This will just help reinforce that edge on the pocket so that it doesn't tear really easily. And I think I'm going to add a little strip across the top so that you kind of repeat. So there's my page base, if you will. And I'll just fold this over And now I've got a page that it looks really pretty on this side, and then we have pockets on the inside. But we can go ahead and take it up and decorate it just a little bit more. Okay, so what I've got here is a couple of elements that's from the Linda's Wisdom digital download, and I think I'm going to decorate the page on the inside with those. So I'm just going to put them around here on both sides. I've already gone around the edges with some Distress ink, and I just used walnut stain. Then I have some page tabs that I cut out of one of the Linda's Wisdom's overall decoration pages. I guess you could say it was just an overall page of design, and I used my silhouette to do that, and I haven't folded them yet, so let me do that and add some Distress ink to the edges. And I find that if I use my bone folder, I can really crease that so that fold looks a little tighter. And I think I'm going to go ahead and adhere these on the edges, so I'm going to put glue all over the inside of this, because it's got to stick on both sides of the page. So you need a little bit of glue on both sides. So I'm going to line this up with my page right about there. And then close this over. Press. And I'm going to repeat that on the other side. And I've got a couple of journal cards that I'm going to stick in here. These are from the Linda's Wisdom's journal kit. And then I think I'm going to flip this over. And on this side, I've got this ticket belly band. I've already put the Distress ink on there. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of glue here and here on the bottom. And then stick this down in the middle of the page here. And then when this dries, I've got a journal card that can stick right in there. So I hope you enjoyed just a quick way to transform a scrapbook page into a journal page, altering it just a little to match whatever theme that you're working on. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, comment below if you have any comments or questions. Check the description box for the products that I used today. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and hit that notification bell at the top, because on Mondays at 3:45 p.m. Central Standard Time, I have live YouTube videos where I give away prizes, including raffling off a journal that I create. And then on Thursdays at 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, I do it again. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please come back and follow me. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.